Are you feeling stuck in your life right now? Let's figure out which type of stuck you are, and then I'll show you what you can do about it. There are two different types. The first type of stuck is when you have a goal or a desired lifestyle in mind, but you just don't know how to get there. You're at point A in your current life situation, but you want to be at point B, which is your desired life situation. There's just a mountain of hurdles in the middle. The second type of stuck is when you're at point A, but you've lost your sense of direction. You have no idea where point B is. And this is the type of stuck that you are when you've lost, or when you feel like you've lost purpose and meaning. And this was actually the type of stuck that I was before I completely redesigned my life. So if this is you, then I am living proof that it's possible to get unstuck. But before we get onto that, let's look at type 1. A lot of clients I work with come to me because they see their desired lifestyle clearly. They have a clear definition of what freedom looks like for them, and have often reached the point where they can no longer stand to be stuck in their current life situation anymore. The problem for people here is all of those hurdles standing between their current situation and their desired situation. These hurdles can be overwhelming when they're combined. It's not just one thing. It's finances, it's the people around you, it's your beliefs, it's your physical ability or your health, it's your mental capacity, diving into the unknown sea that kind of stands between you and your goals. I'm going to give you one of the techniques I use with people in this situation. It's really simple, but it works, and I'll explain why it works too. All of these hurdles standing between you and your desired situation need to be separated and written down. Use one page per hurdle, split the page into two, and write the hurdle down on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, title this column Actions. Under Actions, write down one action per week towards overcoming that hurdle. Don't make the mistake here that a lot of people make, which is to write down everything you need to do to overcome it, because that won't work, and I'll tell you why it won't. When you write down all of the actions in one sitting, you're doing that exercise once, and 9 out of 10 of you will then lose that piece of paper and never really make any progress at all. And that's without even mentioning the psychological effect it will have on your brain to see a mountain of actions that you need to take. Your brain will respond by shutting down and not really applying any thought or effort to any of the actions that you've listed. If you write down just one action per week, you have to come back to it weekly to then reflect on that action and set another one that builds on the previous one. This allows your plan to be flexible. You can adjust your weekly actions based on the results of the previous one. And when you do this, you're getting it all out of your head and then separated on paper. It's applying just enough structure to the process, and it works wonders. Your brain is not overwhelmed because one action is a lot easier than 20, and you have to hold yourself accountable to revisit that list on a weekly basis, which results in repetition. And that is another proven method for developing good habits. So to summarise this exercise for you, you write down all of the hurdles standing between you and your desired situation. One hurdle per page. Then you write down one action per hurdle per week. If you have a lot of pages, don't try to action them all every single week. Perhaps alternate the ones you set an action for. Revisit this weekly and set yourself a reminder to do it on the same day and the same time every week if you can. Let's move on to the second type of stuck. The exercise that I just gave you for stuck type 1, shall we say, won't be effective here because your desired situation isn't determined. When I was stuck, I felt like I'd worked my entire life for one path and one outcome, which was financial success. But work held no meaning as such. I just didn't know what to do about it. I had no experience in anything else. and I thought I needed to earn a certain amount to be happy. And the biggest hurdle for people who are this type of stuck really is limiting beliefs. Believing that it's too late to do anything else, or falling into the trap of golden handcuffs, which is very common. You build a lifestyle based on your means, and that lifestyle then keeps you trapped in the golden handcuffs to those means, basically, which is your income. A lot of people who are this type of stuck, which was me included, don't feel like they have a purpose, or they don't feel like they're doing anything meaningful. And this can lead to a general feeling of discontent. And I really recommend coaching for this type of stuck. I wish I'd have known about coaching back then, because I could have saved years of my life. But that's why I do this now, to hopefully help others. And there is an exercise I can give you for this though. And again, it's one of the techniques which I do use with my clients. The key here is leaning into or reawakening the right side of your brain, which is the creative side. This is the part of your brain that's likely gone to sleep, but it's the part that sees opportunity where others don't. When this part of your brain is inactive, it's like those blinkers that horses wear, so they can only see straight in front of them. They can't see anything on the sidelines. And this is what happens to you. The opportunities you can see are only in your narrow field of vision. As you start to wake up the right side of your brain, you widen this field of vision. You take the blinkers off effectively. One of the techniques I use to help people start to wake up this creativity within them is in the form of a workbook, which I'll leave a link for in the description. Each prompt is uniquely designed to get you thinking outside of the box. I have created it as someone who was once this type of stuck, and I used all of my knowledge and experience and created something that frankly I wish I'd have had back then. So go ahead and download it. It's completely free, but it only works if you want it to. If you just skim over the pages and don't take the time to really think about your answers, it's probably not going to have that much of an effect. I always say you get out what you put in. And if you feel like you have limiting beliefs holding you back, I recommend watching this video next, where I uncover the top 3 limiting beliefs that are holding you back.